You don't bet against a man that survived a gunshot to the head and drove himself to the hospital the same night. You don't do that.
I wouldn't have picked Spence if I knew that information.
You don't pick against a man that dude is hella nappy. And he's just about business.
He showed up into the weigh-in with the jail boxes and the ashy legs.
Come on,
should have known
bro.
he was on bad time.
Come on, man. Are we being for real right now? Dude looked like a crackhead talking about, and you guys betting against him. Errol Spence was too busy about how he's supposed to look. You saw Errol Spence. He was wearing all that dripping stuff. Man, Terence Crawford wasn't worried about none of that. He was just, let's box. Before we get out, I do want to talk about, because I still want to get some more minutes in terms of the boxing, in terms of Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, I feel like it's very important because that was such a big event. Your reaction to the fight, real quick?
It was looking all right after the first round. I was like, okay, I see you, Spence. I gave Spence the first round. Then after that, I was like, oh, yeah, I don't think you have the facilities for this big match.
This is a mismatch.
Yeah,
of high proportion.
Yeah, that was
a beat down.
Yeah,
ass whooping.
Like he couldn't
fashion.
It was so bad. Spence couldn't even. He was scared at one point to even, because every time he'd get close, jab, and it was an accurate jab too, stiff, accurate. Every time he tried to get close, I was like, he can't do nothing.
Hey yo, this was funny. I was on Instagram, right, and there was this video. This person made this video, and they were this is before the fight. They were like, in terms of like Spence. No, Terence Crawford. He doesn't like when boxers like get really close to him and try to box him. And he was talking about how Spence, that's what he thrives at. He thrives getting really close and uppercutting him and stuff like that. I'm just laughing because I saw this video a day after the fight, and I'm just cracking up, and I'm reading the comments, and people were literally saying like, "You're wrong. Terence Crawford is gonna probably beat him in the middle rounds and stuff." And I'm just laughing because all these people were so right. The video had me dying the way he edited it, because he added music and effects to it and stuff. And he showed like a highlight reel of Terence Crawford getting cooked when every time a boxer gets close to him and stuff. And I'm just like he did not know. He did not know
what was he cooking?
What was going to transpire the next day. And literally, what was he cooking? Yeah. Because it was a murder. That was a murder, people. Ladies and gentlemen, Terence Crawford, you don't bet against a man that survived a gunshot to the head and drove himself to the hospital the same night. You don't do that.
I wouldn't have picked Spence if I knew that information.
You don't pick against a man that dude is hella nappy, and he's just about business.
He showed up into the weigh-in with the jail boxes and the ashy legs.
Come on,
should have known he was on bad time.
Come on, man. Are we being for real right now? Dude looked like a crackhead talking about, and you guys betting against him. Errol Spence was too busy about how he's supposed to look. You saw Errol Spence. He was wearing all that dripping stuff. Man, Terence Crawford wasn't worried about none of that. He was just, let's box. Let's just get the boxing. And then he calling out Spence's team, whatever, and he was like, yeah, you guys bitches and all this other stuff. Like, he didn't care about none of that. He was like, I'll show you. I remember 2018, Spence and Terence Crawford were going back and forth on Twitter, and I think Crawford was like, you'll see. I think he said something to that round. He said,
you'll understand one day.
You'll understand one day. And did he? Because at the end of the fight, I don't think Spence knew where he was.
That one picture I retweeted, that joint had me dying. Mm-hmm. Because you could tell, like, Spence, he probably didn't even know what the heck was going on.
Yeah, Crawford, he was talking to him after the game, telling them some good stuff.
After the game?
After the game, after the match. After the match. And I don't know if Spence could understand what the hell he was saying. You know what's fun? You know what's crazy,
Sounded
though?
like the Charlie Brown speaking.
Yeah, you know what's crazy, though? Spence got his ass whooped, and then he has to do interviews and stuff afterwards. Like, I would not want to do an interview. Mm-hmm. Like, he was literally... He got dressed up, sitting down on a chair like this with a microphone in his hand, and was like a post-conference interview. I'm like, press conference interview. I'm like, what? This dude is probably hurt all over, and he has to talk about the fight and how he got his ass whooped. You know how crazy that is?
Yeah, I mean they do it for all fights. I know they did it for Tank and Garcia.
But that's crazy though.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't imagine.
What?
I'd pull a who was it, Dylan Brooks? I'm not showing up to the post. I'm not showing up to the post interview.
Bro, like, dude is probably hurting inside. Probably got broken bones in certain areas, and he has to do a interview afterwards.
Man, body on fire. He probably can barely move. He up there like. Yeah, bro, probably sore as a bug.
Bro, got knocked down 3 times. By the end of the 7th round, I could tell dude was looking real dizzy.
Face probably burning. He need he don't need ibuprofen. He need perks. That's what he need. Cause
dude,
good grief.
They got him doing interviews like Terence Crawford. He didn't even look like he got hit for real.
No,
like he looked like he could still fight.
Terence Crawford in his interview with Stephen A was like, he said, yeah, in the first round I felt this power, and like the first he caught me clean. He was like, this is it. He said, it's gonna be a long night for him. I said,
my
dang.
God. Wow. According to ESPN, Errol Spence Jr. is the 4th ranked guy pound for pound. In all
Post the fight?
No.
Oh, before the fight.
I think around April it was. They had like a ranking on Twitter. I remember it was. And they had Spence at like number 4 and Terence Crawford at number 1. And I'm like, man, Terence Crawford did that to the number 4th pound for pound boxer according to ESPN. That's insane.
Yeah.
That was one of the best sort of performances by like an all-time great I've seen in a minute.
Yeah.
Like better, man. Mayweather, you know, his defensive master classes, but I don't think I've ever seen a guy like Terence Crawford just man, he just completely
he dissected him.
I didn't want to say that, but he just completely just destroyed him from.
He was 53%, I believe, on power punches. You know how crazy that is?
And they were talking, and the announcer was talking about.
That's like hitting 50. That's like going 50% from 3, and you shot like 23s.
And the announcer was talking about how fundamentally sound Errol Spence was. I'm like, he didn't look fundamentally sound against Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford was blocking everything. He was like, he made sure to block them headshots. I'm like, damn, like. Spence not connected.
And when he did hit, it didn't do nothing to him.
Right.
He was eating them Jones.
Yeah.
I was like, good.
They were like,
is he doing anything to him? It's like it felt like how games will make you fight like the final boss and like early in the story, and you think you will. Like, I'm not doing no damage.
Yeah.
It's like you meant to lose the fight.
Yeah, and then so they were talking about how Spence he's the bigger fighter and everything like that. I'm like, well, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Bigger fighter, my ass. Terence Crawford was giving him jumps, and he was feeling them. Yeah. Second round, though? Second round?
I ain't like he hit him with a double jab, and he just fell. I was like, whoa! What just happened?
Second round? How did he survive 9 rounds? Is crazy to me.
I don't know.
I thought by round 7 he would be done.
Yeah, I thought it was 7.
Over.
I was like,
the referee had to stop it. That's how he was just moving. Sheer willpower.
Remember, he was kind of like close to the ropes, and I think Crawford hit him with like, it was either a hook or like a little uppercut, and he like fell and he got knocked down again. I thought the ref was gonna call it then, but no, he kept fighting. I was like, oh, okay.
Some people were like, oh, they should have let him fight. Bro,
no,
he was getting cooked. He was getting cooked.
The head damage, the head trauma would have been too much to let it go on.
They try to have him end up. Have you ever seen Southpaw? Jake Gyllenhaal.
No, should I watch that?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it.
That's better than Creed.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's better than Creed. That was a good movie. They trying to have him end up like Jake Gyllenhaal, going to the hospital and everything, laid out.
Yeah, that was a good stoppage.
Or like, or end up like Apollo Creed.
Oh my goodness.
In Rocky 4. Like, come on now. Nah, we can't have that. He was smart to do that.
I thought that was the third Rocky that happened.
I think it was either third or fourth. Yeah. No, it was the fourth because I think the third one Rocky fought Mr. T. Yeah, second one it was a rematch between Rocky and Apollo. Fourth one was against that Russian guy.
Drago.
Yeah, Drago. Yeah, you don't want to end up like that. Yeah, it was. You know, I sacrificed sleep, unfortunately. So I was a bit tired in the morning. But anywho.